Hello everyone, I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. So today I'm going to talk about the long games played by these covert narcissists. And before I get going, I would request you all to like, share, subscribe the channel and hit the notification bell so you guys are updated whenever we put out a new content. So let's get going. So as we know that coverts are a little shy, they appear to be a little needy, they don't hesitate in showing off their vulnerabilities, playing victim all the time, and how the world people have tormented them for being virtuous, for being honest, and how they have lost interest and faith and trust in this entire world and humans. Yeah, so this is the usual thing that we can see in these covert narcissists. So these covert narcissists are extremely manipulative. Yeah, and it's very difficult to first identify them and to overcome or come out of the relationship with a covert narcissist. Very difficult with the grandiose narcissist also. It's difficult to come out of the relationship with a grandiose narcissist. But with these covert vulnerable narcissists, it's even more difficult and challenging because there are so many layers, there are so many stories, there are such great deal of manipulation involved. Yeah, things are a little upfront and not that complicated when you have a relationship with a grandiose narcissist. Yeah, but with this covert ones, it's extremely difficult to identify and really go no contact, because they will go on playing victim, they will gaslight you, they will make you feel responsible as if you come out you are betraying them, you are doing injustice, you are not returning the favor what they have done for you. The level of manipulation that these covert narcissists do is exponentially high and way too much. Yeah, grandiose also engages into manipulation. Grandiose's way of love bombing or way of manipulation is that they are going to use money, they are going to use gifts, they're going to get you good dinners and all things luxury and lavish. Yeah, and then they are going to hold all of the things back so that you again get in line and you do, in hopes of getting all of those things again. With the covert narcissists, the love bombing is more of a search and rescue mission. They are going to keep on pretending nobody helps me, nobody listens to me, so that you take up the role and you say, I'm going to fix everything, I'm going to do this for you, I'm going to do that for you. So they gaslight and they manipulate you into taking the role of their rescuer, these covert narcissists. And these covert narcissists are very smart and very manipulative. They know when to play victim. The moment you will confront them, the moment you will call out their bad behavior, they are going to get into that victim state. They are going to deflect and they are going to blame someone else. Well, I was in stress. I did it because people were asking me so many things. I didn't intend to hurt you. What are you going to say? You would wonder, okay, fine, maybe she got carried away and he did what he had to do, maybe under the influence. But it goes on. It's not just one time thing. It goes on and on. Sometimes it's some situation that they'll put the blame on. Sometimes they are going to put the blame on the people. Sometimes they are going to put the blame on the health, on the food, on the nature, on weather, anything. So I mean, narcissists don't like to be blamed. They don't want you to, confront them for their bad behavior. Yeah. And they have this, contempt, whether it is covert, vulnerable, malignant, whatever types and subtypes of narcissists that we are looking at, they have this contempt, towards you. And it's something that really destroys your soul, because they think they are superior, they are entitled, they need everything, and you're useless. Your emotions are useless, your feelings are useless, your needs are useless, and that's it. They devalue you, they further gaslight you, they, as it is, see you as someone who is not as privileged and special and entitled as how they are. Yeah. So it's the same thing, but I would say they both have contempt, but with these covert narcissists, it's more malicious, it's more vindictive, and they are more vengeful. Yeah. So if you see in a family setup, a covert narcissistic parent, might go on gaslighting. Well, I did so much, others could do so much, I suffered so much, I did so much. Well, I don't expect anything in return. Hey, wait a bit. Do you know his son did so much? So, they are going to get into that, humble bragging. They are going to keep on triangulating. One auntie might come and tell you, well, what have you done for your parents? I mean, our children are doing so much, and poor, they sacrifice so much. I think you should do a little more. So, these triangulation, manipulation, gaslighting, then these covert narcissistic parents, would also gaslight you and, make you second guess your own self. Yeah. They would make you feel as if your emotions and feelings are not essential and necessary and important. It's their emotion feelings that is more essential, vital, and important. And you need to address to that, and not to what is inside of you or how you are feeling. That's of no concern. And they might say, oh, you can hardly understand what we have gone through. You can hardly understand what pain we have taken. You can hardly ever repay, what we have done for you. So, the kid also, goes through a lot of grooming, this emotional abuse, where he keeps doubting at all if I can ever do anything, the way how my parents did. And there is a lot of gaslighting. So the entire objective of all these gaslighting, manipulation, and triangulation is to keep, you on the hook. Now, if we see in a romantic setup, these covert narcissistic, partners would be like, well, he ditched me. Oh, I was so badly abused. So they want their partner to take up the role of the rescuer. And then the partner says, come on, maybe he didn't see your worth, I see your worth, I'm going to do everything for you, I'm going to do everything. But there is no equal play. See, ideally in a healthy relationship, I do my bit, you do your bit. Yeah. I show my vulnerabilities, you show your vulnerabilities. I create a space where we both can be, who we are, and we are not judged. Our vulnerabilities are not misused, in a conflict situation. So that is what a healthy relationship is. But when you are in a relationship with a covert narcissist, there's a lot of entitlement, and the victim is there with the victim card all the time. So it's very difficult, the moment you'll try to come out of such a relationship, they're going to say, well, he betrayed, now you, what more to expect again? Yeah. And when it comes to the family thing, the parents are going to say, yeah, that is what is expected, we did so much and it's okay. I mean, you are selfish. I was not selfish. At least I brought this for you. At least I did that for you. So I'll tell you an interesting thing. I know someone who has a narcissistic, covert narcissistic mother. And she keeps on reminding how much, gifts she used to buy, all those small little toys for the boy. and she keeps on, guilt tripping him that I used to save so much of money and I used to get toys for you, I used to get this small little jacket for you, and I used to get this for you, and that way she keeps on reminding him, keeps on guilt tripping him. But her needs are far more expensive. Her demands are far more expensive than that toy, than that jacket. It can't be satiated, with a $100 jacket or maybe a $50 purse. No, it can't be satiated. Her needs are big. Yeah. So they guilt trip, you with all those small bits that they have done in exchange for the bigger things that they want you to get them. Yeah. So this is how these narcissists are. They might do some silly small little things for you, and they would want huge returns, and they'll keep on telling you, and they'll keep on giving you those reminders of payback. Yeah, I did so much, I used to make this food for you, but they want you to treat them in a 5 star. They won't appreciate if you cook the same food for them. So this is how things are with narcissists. They'll do this much for you, but they'll expect this much in return. These covert narcissists groom their supply, whether it's your partner or whether you were groomed by your parent. They groom with this guilt and shame around, that if you don't pay back or if you don't do things, that means you are discrediting their efforts, you are disrespecting their sacrifices, and you are overall disrespecting them. Yeah. So that is how this entire mechanism or the process of guilt tripping works. All their hard work goes to waste if you say no. Yeah. You might not want something, I mean, you might not want to marry, but all their hard work goes to waste if you don't marry to someone that they have chosen for you. Their entire hard work has gone to waste because you said no. Yeah. So again, they are going to gaslight you. We have done so much, and you couldn't even accept what we chose for you. You couldn't even accept what we wanted you to do, and it's so horrible. We sacrificed so much. Are you getting my point? Is it okay on my part that if I make an omelette for my husband, I keep reminding him of that omelette and I tell him to get me a Porsche? I keep telling him, I did wake up in the morning and I did make that beautiful omelette. Do you remember? Do you know, one of my friend's husband has, gifted her a Porsche. So how is it justified, possible? I mean, these covert narcissists are very, I would say they're least bothered. I mean, like in what situation, condition you are, and they just want what they want. They might have bought a toy for the kid, but they now want a mansion from the kid in return. Yeah, for that toy. They might have had made some food, but now they want a continental chef and a continental cuisine on the table in return. All based on lies. It's all based on grooming to emotionally and psychologically abuse. Yeah. So that is how things are. And the games of these covert narcissists are very difficult to come out of. If you see the overt ones, the grandiose ones, it's still complicated, but coming out is far more easier than coming out of the relationship with these covert narcissists, because they have that victim card. So if you come out or if you deny, that card comes out, and the smearing is all the time playing needy, vulnerable, and see, he did not listen to me, he went ahead with his life, he's a selfish son, we are still suffering, he's a selfish man, he went ahead and married and I'm still suffering, someone else betrayed me, the world is a bad place. So this victim card is more dangerous. Yeah. And victim card along with the smear campaign is going to attract a lot of more sympathy and interest of people, and people would actually see you as a demon, someone who is really, demonizing them, these covert narcissists. So, the long game or the relationship with a covert narcissist is more dirty, more nasty, more manipulative, and I mean, it's horrible. And it's all about search and rescue. You have to go on, taking them out, taking the role of the rescuer and taking them out, give them lots of, assurance, and take them out and do what they want you to do, and that's it, and forget your own self. If you try and connect to your own self, if you try and be your own self, that's not allowed. You're being selfish. There is a big problem. If you are trying to be authentic, they hate it. You're being selfish. You're being a selfish son. You're being a selfish husband. It's very complicated. So yes, I mean, it's a long game. If you're with a covert narcissist, it's a long game, and it's very difficult to come out. If you are emotionally strong, if you're well regulated, I think you can take that step and come out. Only if you have healed, and if you can understand, see through, and if you have stopped justifying their abusive behavior, and you can see through, you can understand how things are, you can manage, and maybe you can come out or draw a healthy boundary. Otherwise, it's very difficult, because things are so enmeshed badly on an emotional level that it's horrible. I mean, in a family setup, if you see, these covert narcissists groom their children, and they force parentify their children also. And you can see a lot of these kids who have covert narcissistic parents. Uh, they have this emotional incest kind of a thing. I mean, the emotional support that a partner has to provide, that emotional support is being taken from that small kid. That kid is forced into becoming a substitute for the partner of these covert narcissists. So it's a horrible thing, that they do to the kids, and the kids are so attached and they feel so responsible. They hate disappointing, because then the silent treatment, passive aggression, everything comes in. It's horrible. I mean, I have seen a lot of clients. It's very difficult, but yes, once you understand, once you see through, once you work on yourself, you can draw a boundary, and you can be in relationship and still not be affected. That is also possible. I have seen people, and it's very much achievable. It's nothing that it's something which is alien, and which is absolutely never achievable or believable. No, you can reach a point where you can draw healthy boundaries, and just let it be, and still be in a relationship. It's a long game when you have a covert narcissist in your life. It's a very long game, very complicated one, and lots of manipulation and gaslighting. In case if you guys would want to add in something, you can comment below your thoughts. And yes, that is it. Lots of love and blessings to all of you, and take care of yourself. Say no to abuse, say no to toxicity, and try and stay away from narcissists. Bye.